At the beginning of the movie, we see 19 rings being made. These are extremely powerful rings. 3 rings are given to elves, who are immortal and clever. 7 rings were given to dwarves, who lived in the mountainous area. They are also called mountain craftsmen. Humans are given 7 rings. They need the most power. These are quite powerful rings. Whoever owns these rings has significant power. They all must protect them. The ring making isn't complete yet. One more ring was made with fraud. Saruman, the Dark Lord, had created a powerful ring, powerful above all. This ring's power can beat all other rings. Dark Lord planned to occupy the Middle East by doing so. At Mordor, humans and elves fight the army of Dark Lord. In this they were somehow succeeding, but the Dark Lord's army was quite strong. A king's son chops off Dark Lord's fingers and gets the rings. Dark Lord turns into a spirit and disappears. His army also gets disappeared. The Dark Lord's evil ring now corrupts that king. Instead of destroying the ring, he keeps it. Because of the ring, some people have killed the king. For 25 years, the ring is lost in the water. Gollum discovers the ring one day and keeps it for 5 centuries. Then, one day, Gollum's ring is lost and a hobbit named Bilbo Baggins finds it. He keeps the ring without knowing its history. Bilbo celebrates his 111th birthday after 60 years finding the ring. A wizard, Gandalf the Grey, his old friend, comes to his birthday. On his birthday, he reveals that he is leaving the Shire to go on an adventure. Meanwhile, Gandalf is aware that Bilbo has the Dark Lord's ring at his house. After leaving the ring with his nephew Frodo at his house, Bilbo embarks on a journey. Now Gandalf goes to learn the history of the ring by leaving it to Frodo. He knows that the Dark Lord's people have reached Gollum. Gollum has revealed 2 words after being tortured: Shire and Baggins. Gandalf goes to Frodo after learning of this. He sends Frodo along with a companion named Samwise Gamgee to Bree, the village of his friend. Gandalf goes to his friend Saruman. He comes to know that Saruman is also corrupted. He has joined the army of the Dark Lord. He has sent Nazgul, one of his servants, to track down Frodo and to kill him. Saruman asks Gandalf to join the army of the Dark Lord, but Gandalf rejects. After this they fight. Gandalf was unable to confront Saruman for long. Saruman imprisons him by capturing his magical spell. Scene shifts to Frodo and his friend Samwise. They meet 2 other hobbits, Merry and Pippin. Meanwhile, as Nazgul emerges, Frodo hides under a tree with all of his companions. Because Nazgul is so near to them, Frodo begins to wear the ring after becoming uncontrollable. Meanwhile, his friend Sam stops him to wear the ring and diverts Nazgul's attention. Nazgul locates Frodo and his friends at night. They arrive aboard a riverboat after being escaped from Nazgul. Frodo, on the other hand, stays behind. He jumps into the boat to escape him from the Nazgul, surviving as well. They flee, leaving Nazgul behind. When they arrive at Bree, Frodo finds that Gandalf has not been here for 6 months. While sitting there, he thinks what they should do. Meanwhile, Frodo is affected by the ring's power and he falls down after becoming uncontrollable. While catching the ring, he accidentally wears it and Frodo becomes invisible. Nazgul becomes aware of Frodo's location due to his usage of the ring. When Frodo is wearing the ring, he feels scared and he takes it off. Strider, a ranger, takes Frodo with him. He claims that they could no longer wait for Gandalf. The Dark Lord's army is on its way to kill him. Before the arrival of the Nazgul, Strider hides Frodo and his companions. He tells Frodo that they are the Dark Lord's servants. They will keep looking for you until they find the ring. Strider has taken them all and is on his way to Rivendell. They spend the night for rest at the top of the mountain. Strider sends them out to check the area after handing them the swords. The other hobbits kindle the fire because Frodo was sleeping. The Dark Lord's army appears as a result of the flames. The hobbits try to protect Frodo, but they are so weak to fight. They reach to Frodo, who wears the ring with confusion. Nazgul notices him while he wears the ring. The Dark Lord leader comes and stabs Frodo with his sword while he is wearing the ring. Meanwhile, Strider arrives and begins to fight the Dark Lord army. He fearlessly fights all Nazguls with his sword. He kills all of them. Later, he leaves from there with Frodo. On the other hand, we see Saruman, who is following Dark Lord's orders. He begins to build weapons and army. Arwen, an elf who is a Strider's lover, finds Strider and Frodo and rescues Frodo. She takes Frodo with her. She passes a river Nazgul chases. Later, she spells, and the Dark Lord's army vanishes with waves as a result of the spell's power. Arwen reaches Rivendell taking Frodo with her. Her father medicates him. Later, when Frodo awakens, he sees Gandalf, who has been rescued by an elven huge eagle. Frodo meets Bilbo in Rivendell. He tells Bilbo that he can't have a kind of journey like him. He wants to return his home since the ring is safe here. Arwen's father sets up a meeting. Elves, humans, and dwarfs are all invited. They can trust mankind, according to Gandalf, to destroy rings. Because of the king, Arwen's father does not trust humans. As we saw at the beginning, he has given his life to keep the ring. The scene moves to Strider. He meets Arwen at Rivendell. This is where it is revealed that Strider is the king's son. After being scared of all of these things, he took a step back. Arwen now gives Strider her magical necklace and chooses mortality. As a result, she was able to live a regular human life with Strider. Humans, dwarfs, and elves decide that the ring must be destroyed in the fires of Mount Doom. They discover that Strider is Aragorn, the true king of Gondor. Frodo is now preparing to take responsibility for destroying the ring. Humans, dwarves, and elves are prepared to defend him. Before leaving, Bilbo gives Frodo his sword, Sting, and a shirt made from the chains. Frodo is now on the way to Mount Doom. He's accompanied with Gandalf, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Elf Legolas, Dwarf Gimli, Boromir of Gondor, and Strider. They see Saruman is watching them through birds as they travel. To escape from his vision, they chose a wrong direction. But, with the help of a storm, Saruman strikes them there too. It becomes impossible for them to pass from there. They move through caves where they can't see. They discover that dead bodies of dwarfs there. Frodo is later attacked by a strange thing that emerges from the water. Initially, his hobbit friends try to save him, but later, Aragorn and the elves fight the creature. They all save Frodo together since the beast was about to eat him. Gandalf knows about it that Dark Lord's army is still chasing them. Meanwhile, Frodo inadvertently hit a skeleton which falls into a well. As a result, the Dark Lord's army is aware of their location and attacks them. They close the door in an attempt to stop them. But it was quite powerful that they get in by breaking the door. They all together give them a tough competition. It was tough for them to battle against the army of the Dark Lord. Meanwhile, a gigantic cave troll arises in the midst of the battle. The elf attacks its head with an arrow, but it is useless. Now the monster pursues Frodo. When the monster was about to kill Frodo, Aragorn tries to save him. He attempts to fight the creature, but it drags him down and again goes for Frodo. After defeating the Dark Lord's army, they all together attack the monster. They kill the creature and return to Frodo. They are concerned that Frodo may have died, but somehow he is unhurt. They all notice that it's because of Bilbo's chained crafted shirt. After this, they hear horses and run. They reach a bridge. The army of the Dark Lord approaches towards them. After a few moments, they are surrounded from all sides. As a surprise, the army does not harm them. From there, the army scarily flee. Meanwhile, Gandalf warns them that a demon is coming. They all run along the dangerous paths. There is a gap and they must jump to cross. On the other hand, the army of the Dark Lord again attack them. They all jump ahead, but Aragorn and Frodo remain behind. Suddenly, the earth beneath them collapses, and they both succeed to jump. Gandalf now stays behind and sends them all across the bridge so he can battle with the demon. Gandalf and the demon are now involved in the battle. Gandalf seemed to have let the demon back into the world after defeating it. The demon suddenly holds Gandalf's feet and pulls him down. They all are now safe, although they are heartbroken as they realize that Gandalf is dead. Frodo began to cry. It was an emotional moment. They go forward till they reach a forest where a powerful witch rules. Her people capture them. They take them to the White Witch. She tells Frodo that he is the only one who can complete the task. Also, one of their team members will attempt to steal the ring. The scene then turns to Saruman, who has gathered a powerful army. To capture Frodo and his friends, he sends an army to them. Frodo and his friends, on the other hand, reach a place through a boat. Taking advantage of Frodo being alone there, Boromir, a member of their team, as the White Witch predicted, tries to steal the ring from him. Frodo, to protect the ring, wears the ring and disappears. When Frodo takes off the ring, he falls away at a place. Aragorn arrives there. Frodo gets scared of him. But Aragorn promises him that he will protect him till the ring is destroyed by him. Frodo's sword suddenly becomes blue. They realize they're about to be attacked. Aragorn sends Frodo. He goes to that army for the battle. Aragorn has a tough fight with them. With his sword, he kills many of them. Other members join him in the fight and fight with that army. Frodo's friend asks him for hiding with them. They realize that Frodo wants to go all alone. They attract the evil army towards them and make Frodo flee. On the other hand, Aragorn, dwarves and Boromir are still fighting that army. Frodo's companions are surrounded by the evil army. Boromir arrives there and protects them, but the leader attacks Boromir. Boromir has been shot with an arrow, but he continues to battle. They take Frodo's friends Merry and Pippin as prisoners with them after defeating Boromir. Their army's leader moves forward to kill Boromir, but Aragorn jumps on him to save Boromir. Now Aragorn fights with the army's leader. Aragorn attacks him and, in the end, with his sword, beheads him. Boromir later dies after handing over all of Gondor's duties to Aragorn. In the final scene of the film, we see Frodo and his friend Sam on a boat, moving to Mordor. On the other hand, everyone else leaves to save Frodo's friend. Here the movie ends.